Now, let me show you the ad that Mitt Romney is running, and this is one of the two ads where he's attacking President Obama on this welfare issue. Now, as we've explained to you several different times, Mitt Romney, of course, was in favor of the same exact proposal. Nonetheless, he's lying about it in this ad. But is there a racial angle? First, let's watch the ad.
In 1996, President Clinton and a bipartisan Congress helped end welfare as we know it by requiring work for welfare. But on July 12th, President Obama quietly announced a plan to gut welfare reform by dropping work requirements. Under Obama's plan, you wouldn't have to work and wouldn't have to train for a job. They just send you your welfare check. And welfare to work goes back to being plain old welfare. Mitt Romney will restore the work requirement because it works.
I'm Mitt Romney, and I approve this message.
I'm Mitt Romney, and I'm a liar. Because, as we've shown, his signature is on the letter. It's on the letter in 2005 asking for this exact waiver that President Obama has now agreed to. So, why do they do it? Well, apparently it's a conservative talking point that, apparently I say, of course, that, you know, welfare, you know who that goes to. That goes to welfare queens, as Ronald Reagan used to talk about, obviously in reference to black people. In fact, he used to say, you know, the kind that drive around in Cadillacs. Now, the real welfare queens, of course, are the corporations. The banks took $7.7 trillion of free money from the Fed. And of course, if you get free money like that and you charge people interest on it, you're going to make billions of dollars for free, which is, of course, exactly what the banks did. But they don't call them welfare queens. So if that wasn't all clear enough to you, though, Rush Limbaugh is going to make it very, very clear. Listen to who he connects to welfare, food stamps, to unemployment. Gee, who's he talking about? Let's find out.
The objective is unemployment. The objective is more food stamp benefits. The objective is more unemployment benefits. The objective is an expanding welfare state. And the objective is to take the nation's wealth and return it to the nation's, quote, rightful owners. Think reparations. Think forced reparations here if you want to understand what actually is going on.
There you have it. In case it wasn't clear enough, Rush Limbaugh saying all this unemployment, food stamp, welfare, you know, it's for black people who want reparations. They want to take the hard-earned money you good white folks earn, and they just want it for free, based on something that happened hundreds of years ago, because they're shiftless. They don't want to work. They just want money for free. In case it wasn't clear enough that they were talking about black people, he just flat out said it, reparations. And I love his, as always, his projection, the rightful owners of the country. That's what white people used to say. Okay, but now he's pretending black people said that. When did they ever say that? Okay, so Rush Limbaugh is not alone. The Republicans have been doing this throughout the entire primary season. You remember Newt Gingrich? Let's watch.
Obama is the best food stamp president in American history. More people are on food stamps today because of Obama's policies than ever in history. I'm prepared, if the NAACP invites me, I'll go to their convention and talk about why the African American community should demand paychecks and not be satisfied with food stamps.
Now, who gets more food stamps in the country, white people or black people? White people do, overwhelming. Does Newt Gingrich care? No. When he talks about food stamps, he says, I'll go down to the NAACP and tell those black folks who are taking your money, stop taking people's money, go to work. Not alone. Rick Santorum.
I don't want to make people's lives better by giving them somebody else's money. I want to give them the opportunity to go out and earn the money and provide for themselves and their families.
Is it clear enough yet? So now Mitt Romney, in this storied Republican tradition of racism, runs an ad saying, Obama just wants to give your money away. He doesn't want you to work for it. It's an absolute lie in terms of the actual specific proposal. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what the proposal was. It doesn't matter if Mitt Romney agreed to it. You see that black guy? He just wants to take your money and give it to other black people who just don't want to work. Are you angry enough yet at the black guy so that you'll vote for me instead? This is the Republican strategy. They used to call it the Southern strategy. They've admitted it. They've even apologized for it. Ken Mehlman came out when he was the head of the RNC and said, oh yeah, our bad. Sorry for running the Southern strategy for 40 years. A strategy of trying to get racist white voters. That's how they won the South in the first place. You think they're apologetic? No! They're doing it to this day. They're a repulsive party. Who thinks proudly, I'm with those guys? You see those clips of Santorum and Gingrich and Rush Limbaugh and the ad that Mitt Romney just ran, thinks, yes, I'm one of those guys. All right, well, if you are, you're an asshole.